It can feel devastating when you go through a breakup to find out your partner has started a relationship with someone else, to find out that the person that you love is seeing other people, comparing yourself to the new person, the frustration and the burning question, what does he have that I don't? But here's the hard truth. The way a lot of guys approach this situation sets them up for failure. So in this video, we're going to talk about what to do when your partner has seemingly moved on. We're going to talk about the mistakes to avoid, and then we're going to talk about what you can do in order to create a winning situation for yourself. So there's a lot of guys that fall into this whole idea of trying to get your ex back by playing dirty tricks, manipulating them, or by bragging about yourself in order to try to outshine your ex's new partner. But it's never about this. It's about focusing on growth, not gimmicks. So when your partner's seeing somebody else, there are a lot of mistakes that a lot of people make when they're trying to repair this relationship. They can fall into things like putting down the new guy, trash talking the new partner that only makes you look insecure. And worse, it pushes your ex-partner to defend him. And this reinforces her attachment to him and makes you seem really petty. There can also be a lot of showing off. So these are flashy displays like bragging about your success or subtly hinting about how over her you are. All of these moves scream desperation. Remember that relationships are built on connection, and connection is built on emotional authenticity, not competition. If you're trying to pretend that you don't care about your ex, your partner is going to see through this, and ultimately this is going to reinforce their decision to walk away from you. And during this time, there can be a lot of fake power moves that guys pull. Cutting off contact, this no contact rule, or ignoring her as a way to try to make her miss you. And this is a really weak attempt to manipulate the situation. So this whole no contact rule is quite a weak move if you're trying to repair a relationship. I've broken this down into a deeper dive, which I'll link to above and in the description down below. But ultimately, your partner is not going to interpret your silence as confidence. She's going to interpret it as immaturity. So let's talk about how all of this backfires. When you approach this situation, your partner seeing somebody new with ego, jealousy, or playing games, this creates distance. You end up pushing your partner closer to their new partner. By acting reactive, you validate her decision to move on. You damage trust. And if your partner senses manipulation, she's going to see you as unsafe emotionally. So you end up staying stuck. Focusing all of your energy on the external, on your ex-partner and their new partner, means that you end up neglecting your own growth, and it keeps you stagnant. And again, this reinforces your partner's decision that there isn't really any hope for the relationship because you're not going to be growing. The more that you focus on your partner and their new relationship, the less you're going to grow. So what do you do in this situation? It's tough, right? Ultimately, if you're trying to repair a relationship, your gut is going to want to control things outside of yourself, but that is not where true power comes from. True power and true strength comes from within. And this sounds very, Eastern sort of philosophy, but it's true. You don't have control over your ex-partner, nor do you want control over your ex-partner or his situation. The more that you master self-control, the higher the chance you have of reconciling with your ex-partner. And this process is what we call the mastery mindset. And this mastery mindset involves two steps. The two main steps that you need to focus on is outgrowing who you were and outlasting the temporary pain of seeing your partner with someone else. This is the only way that you can maximize your chances of reconciliation. So let's break them down. Outgrowing. If you really want to maximize your chances of repairing this relationship or growing any future relationship, then you've got to become the version of yourself that your partner wants to be with. So this isn't about quick wins. It's about deep, consistent personal transformation, becoming the best version of yourself, focusing on what you can control. So you can't control your partner's choices. The threat of other men will never disappear, and you can't control your partner's current relationship, but you can control your growth. So as soon as you stop obsessing over her and start investing in yourself, then things will start to change. So growing your emotional intelligence is key. Reading a lot of books, courses, programs about building your emotional intelligence. Learning this is going to be the foundation for everything on how to create meaningful connections with your partner. This is what's crucially important in relationships. Emotional intelligence isn't just a buzzword. It's the foundation for every single healthy relationship. So start by being honest about where you fell short in your past relationship. Did you dismiss her feelings? Did you avoid hard conversations? Growth begins with building self-awareness. But it's also important to make growth a lifestyle. So true transformation isn't about dramatic gestures. It's about consistent small changes that compound over time. So making sure that as you're growing and as you're building yourself, tracking your progress, practicing the right skills, the right mindsets, and the right growth, and start to work on any blind spots that you have. There's therapy, there's coaching, there's a lot of things that you can do to find those blind spots. And it's these little things every single day that create real results. Getting into this habit means that you can start to outgrow any potential competition. So this isn't just about your ex and her new partner. This is also about yourself. This is also about when you get into a new relationship. The threat of other men will never go away. So getting into the habit of becoming the best version of yourself, so you're always outgrowing the competition. But it's not just about outgrowing, it's about outlasting. So every relationship feels exciting at the start, but that newness starts to fade. So in the example of your partner, her current relationship is not going to be any different. There are going to be challenges that come along. Now, you can choose to stop trying to repair the relationship at any point. When it comes to repairing a relationship, being the person that you want to show up as, just as a human being, is crucial. If at your core, you're wanting to be there to support your partner, then you can do that without any romantic connection. If you focus on growing yourself instead of focusing on your partner's connection, then you're naturally going to position yourself as the stronger long-term option. It's important to understand entropy. So every relationship faces challenges, no matter how perfect they seem at the beginning. Emotional discords end up becoming inevitable. So the entropy is the eventual sort of breakdown of everything in the universe, unless there is some sort of intervention, unless something steps up. So entropy naturally happens. But if you are changing yourself for the long term and learning how to grow and overcome these challenges that happen within the universe, if you're consistent with this long term, there will be a natural direct comparison between you and her current partner. Ultimately, discords will start to happen in your partner's new relationship. And instead of getting into this habit of showing yourself as the best option, if you are the best option and you're showing it consistently through every small action that you do, then your partner will naturally notice the difference between you and any other option. There is a recency bias that comes with new relationships, which makes them feel fresh. It's kind of like the honeymoon period. So this is inevitable, but entropy is also inevitable. Now, this doesn't mean that your partner is going to choose you. This doesn't mean that your partner is unhappy in their relationship. But this is the only way you can maximize your chances to become the best possible choice for any partner. And this is why it leaves you in a no-lose situation. If you're focused on your growth for the long term, it means that you stop thinking about quick fixes. You stop thinking about all of these short-term solutions to try to win your partner back or capture their attention. If your growth is big and it happens long term, your partner will naturally notice. Growth isn't about what you do this week. It's about who you are consistently over time. It's about how you show up day to day, not just with your partner, but in every step of life. You have to live your new growth, not just to repair your relationship with your partner. If her new relationship starts to break down and you have genuine, true growth that is shown consistently over time, and you're showing up as the person who is reliable, trustworthy, consistent, then your partner will naturally gravitate towards you. But she is not going to be gravitating towards someone who is needy, who is obsessing over her, who is coming up with all of these short-term tricks and fixes. The only way that you can stay in the game of relationships is by growing. When you focus on your growth, you're focused on becoming the best version of yourself for whatever relationship you end up in. So even if your partner doesn't choose to come back, you've still set yourself up for a stronger, healthier future with or without your partner. This is the only way that you can maximize your chances of reconciliation. But it's not just about maximizing your chances of reconciliation. It's about creating a situation where you will be good no matter what. And that's what I do with all of my ultra normal members. They're setting themselves up for a situation where they will be good no matter what. As a result of this, there are members of mine whose partner has been in a relationship with somebody else and has naturally chosen to come back to the relationship and build that relationship. So this is something that does happen, but it's crucial to have the right mindsets along the way. And if you do want to join us, then join me on my free relationship bootcamp, where you'll learn the same steps and tools that all of my members use to start repairing, building, and growing their relationships. Just click on the link in the description to grab your spot. So how do you show this growth without showing off? Well, the most powerful thing that you can do in this situation is give your partner full autonomy. So stop trying to influence or pressure her decision to be with this other person. Respect her current relationship and give her the space that she needs to come to her own conclusions. You can say something along the lines of, I respect where you're at right now. I'm going to focus on myself and I hope to continue to be in contact with you. But as we do, I want to concentrate on making sure that I'm always going to be able to show up in the best way possible. Next, it's important to focus on growing, not showing. Now, I've done a deeper dive video on this, which I'll link to up above and in the description down below. But trying to prove that you've changed, the less believable your changes become. So it's important to let your actions speak for themselves as opposed to focusing on what to say. When you do interact with your partner, show emotional intelligence by truly listening and responding thoughtfully, not with defensiveness or neediness. Next, it's important to rebuild the emotional link and connection between you both through consistency. So making sure that you're responding with calm, confidence, and care whenever you do interact with your partner. So don't try to provoke jealousy or play games. Showing your partner through your words and your actions that you are emotionally grounded, you're patient, and you're still growing. You're humble enough to know that you are not necessarily the best option right now. That is more attractive than pretending that you are the best option. Reconciliation has ups and downs, and sometimes that involves your partner needing to explore different options. So it's really crucial to give them the autonomy to do that, make their own choices, and come to their own conclusions. The more that you try to force their hand, the less likely you are to be able to repair that relationship. And if you do want to understand deeper the stages of reconciliation, then I've got a video for you, which I'll link to on the screen. But ultimately, knowing what to do at each stage of reconciliation is really crucial so that you're able to understand what is happening and how to handle it correctly. So I'm going to leave you with that deep dive video on the stages of reconciliation so you can fully understand them, and I will see you over there.